Mic check, mic check. Welcome back to Guy on the Couch Sports. I'm your host, Guy on the Couch. Today, tonight, our Maple Leafs take on the Vancouver Canucks. The rematch, bitches. That's right. The last time we played these guys, we dominated the game, but lost 3-2. Mrazek wasn't horrible, but he gave up a very terrible rebound, which was the game-winning goal. And that was all. That's all the Canucks needed. 3-2. But tonight, it's Demko versus Campbell. I don't know how excited I am to see that goalie matchup. This could go horribly wrong for the Leafs tonight. But I'm expecting a better effort than what we seen Thursday versus the Sabres in a 5-1 loss. That was pretty ugly. Probably one of the worst nights I've seen this team play. No, it's tough to even say that because this team always one-ups itself. They've had some pretty bad nights this year alone, even. So I can't say that was the worst night Wednesday night. It was one of the worst nights. One of them so far this season. But this is still a good team, and they still have a great record. And tonight they're putting that record up against the Canucks, who, if you look at their stats right there, they're not that far behind the Leafs. They just go on a nice heater, and they might be right there with the Leafs. And instead of selling at the trade deadline, they might be buyers. Who would have thought after the start of the season they had? Not me. I was expecting them in the bottom 5. They still might end up there, but for now, they've actually played really well since Boudreau came on. They love Brucey up there. Bruce has turned them into a playoff contender right now. I didn't say a cup contender. I said a playoff contender. Not bad. Now, let's talk about our Maple Leafs, though. Tonight is a 1,000th game for Wayne Simmonds. And that's probably the hardest 1,000 games any hockey player has ever played in the NHL. Maybe not. But given what he's gone through, like in his career, what he's had to deal with, the adversity he's had to deal with, being that he's, dark skin. I can imagine, it's been pretty tough for him. Shit, it was pretty tough for me. And I wasn't even a hockey player. There was times I was just sitting in the stands and I was getting looks as if, why is this Negro at this hockey event? Does he not know the basketball game is around the corner? Come on now. Yeah, I had those days too. And I was just in the arena chilling, minding my own business. Just there to watch the sport that I absolutely love and admire. The way these players take pucks to their body, hockey's a beautiful sport. And it's for everybody. It should be for everybody. So I'm really proud to see Wayne Simmonds get 1,000 games tonight. His team better show up for him tonight. Wayne backs them up every time he's on the ice. If somebody takes a hit that he doesn't like on a player, one of his teammates, Wayne stands up for that guy. Wayne is the first person to come stand up for that guy. So if the Leafs do not put in an effort for tonight's game, and I don't want it just for tonight, I want effort going forward, but especially tonight. Simmonds is one of their guys. You got to get him a win in his 1,000th game. That's all that matters tonight. I don't care how you do it. Get this man a win. It's no different than when Marlowe hit his 1K or anybody else hit their 1K. Those are special nights for these guys. You need to work harder than you normally would. That's their special night. You make them feel special, and nothing makes them feel any more special than a win. And that's what I want to see tonight. I don't care if it's a blowout. I don't care if it's 1-0, 2-1, 3-2. I don't care how you do it. Like I said, get the dub. That's all that matters is the dub. A few games ago, I saw Simmons talking to, I think it was the Detroit game, when Jack let in the fourth or fifth goal. I think Simmons came and talked to him, and he assured him, I think he might have said something like, it's okay, we got your back. Tonight, I need Jack Campbell to have his back. These boys just need to win this game for me tonight. They need to win it for us after what we went through on Wednesday night. Hated Wednesday night. I hate losing to the Sabres. And we play them again soon in about a week at the Heritage Classic. Which, by the way, if you've not seen that Leafs blue jersey, the Arenas jersey, it's gorgeous. That deep blue, good Lord, it's good looking. I wish the Leafs would use that color more often, actually. Like, it's a sexy blue. With the white, oh, Lord, the white stands out so beautifully on there. Throw on the logo. The white logo. Boy, I think we're onto something here. Shani, call me. I got some ideas. Dubes, you listening? Get on that. But yeah. So we're coming off a 5-1 loss to the Sabres. Mrazek wasn't horrible in that game, but I don't know. The goals were fluky on him. We'll say that. And the defense was absolutely trash that night. Like, Morgan Rielly was garbage. Rasmus Sandin, whew. Boy, did he look like an amateur that night. And tonight, he's not in the lineup, not because of what you think, not because he played trash or anything, but he's not feeling well. Maybe that's his excuse. I'm not feeling well, coach. Take me out tight. Maybe that's what it was. I doubt it. I'm just playing. But yeah, he's not in the lineup tonight. So I'm assuming Liljegren's back in tonight. Let's actually take a look at the roster here. Who's in tonight? Okay, so it's looking like Rielly, Liljegren. Don't like that. Why does Rielly keep getting stuck with these dudes? I don't like that mix. Rielly with anybody other than Brody is a hot mess. It's a legit tire fire. I don't know. Maybe tonight might be different, but I don't like him with anybody else other than Brody. So it looks like it's gonna be a bunch of Matthews Martin, obviously. Right? Come on now. Robertson, Tavares, and Nylander. Okay, let's talk about this second line mix up here. I don't mind it. What I do hate, though, is the fact that it feels like Kerfoot always gets fucking punished on this line. Whenever the other two are messing up, it's Kerfoot's fault. What is it about that? Like, what is it about Kerfoot that always has to go somewhere else to make John and Willie, like, get their shit together? Like, Kerfoot's probably the most responsible player on that line. And he's the one that's always being tossed around. Like, I hate it. It's like, Sheldon, come up with something else. We need more than just moving Kerfoot if you want to get them fired up. Put that whole shit in a blender. See how you can do with that. I don't know. Try something different. But I'm not a fan of this constant move of Kerfoot all the damn time. Just try something different other than that, please. Right now, coming to this game, our boys are 5-5-1 in their last 11 games. This has been an average-ass team over the last 11 games. I don't even know how we're 5-5-1, to be honest. I'm surprised we're not 0-11 right now. Maybe 1-10, 2-8, But 5-5-1 feels kind of generous. At least to me. I don't know how you feel, but they haven't really been playing that well. Very mediocre hockey lately. Tavares hasn't even scored in 14 games. The second line with Tavares, 14 games. In fact, the last time he scored a goal was January 29th. Do you know how long ago that was? A long time ago. Like, this man's got to be stressing about the fact that he has no goals right now in his last 14. I get it. He's still racking up assists. And I think he's almost a point per game right now. Almost. Close enough. But most of those points were gathered earlier in the season. I seen somebody tweet it the other day. I think it was Edna. Y'all know Edna on Twitter. She's always defending the Leafs, and I love her for defending the Leafs. But sometimes you just got to be real. She said something like, "Are you expecting miracles from John Tavares?" And I said, I'm not expecting miracles, but I'm expecting $11 million worth of contribution here. You don't pay a man $11 million for him to not score in 14 games? Matthews is making $11 million. McDavid is making 12, and these guys are scoring for their teams more regularly and consistently than 11 million JT. So that's what I expect from JT. When you're making that kind of money, I expect that kind of effort. We're not talking miracles, we're talking effort. You need to pot some goals here. Help your team win. Like, let's take Wednesday, for example. A night where Matthews, Marner, and Bunting didn't really have it, although they did get a point. You needed a second line to come through for you. And right now, the Leafs didn't and haven't gotten that. The second line has been nowhere to be found. And this is a problem when it comes to the playoffs as well. When Matthews and Marner get shut down, who do you have to take over the game after that? That's what your 11 million second line center should be doing. I don't care. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about his first half of the season. I care about this half of the season. And this half of the season, he's been dog shite. Same for William Nylander. He's been shite as well. Willie, he actually has been scoring goals, but the issue with him is it's the same issue, actually. Effort. It's always effort with Willie. It's easy for him to score and get points, but it's all the other stuff that comes with the game, the back checking, the intangibles that come with the game, is just not there for Willie. I don't know, maybe he'll turn it on in the playoffs. I hope he does. He did last year. So it's very possible he can do it again. But he did that also without John Tavares. So maybe that's an issue there. Maybe they just don't gel on that line together. And you need to try something else. Is putting Willie on the third line what you do? Can you put Willie on the first line with Matthews and Marner? But I hate that idea because I love Bunting on that first line. But these guys are making way too much money to have them sitting on your second line and not producing. What is that, about 17, 18 mil between John and Willie? Way too much money for them to not be doing what they're supposed to be doing. And that's being able to take over games. Because when you're paying guys that kind of money, that's what you're expecting. You're expecting players who can take over games. And they're not doing that right now on off nights for Matthews and Marner. Those days are going to happen. They need that time to get their groove back when, they're not feeling it. And you need that second line to take over for them. That's what bothers me about the second line, more so than anything else. Andre Cache, no word yet if he's going to be in the lineup, but he's feeling a bit better. I said earlier Sandin's not in the lineup. And I said Robertson's in Kerfoot's spot tonight with Tavares and Nylander. So there's that. Campbell is the net. I'm excited for this game, though. Hockey Night in Canada versus a Canadian team. I look forward to these games all the time. I love it. No matter who they're playing, even if it's the worst place, Habs, still enjoy those games. Right? Not as much as, the better teams in Canada, but hey, for some reason, when these Canadian teams all collide, it's a hell of a night. Love to see it. But let's take a quick look at some of the other stats here for these two teams. As you can see in the last 5 games, Vancouver's actually been playing really well. In their last 10, they're actually 7-3. But in the last 5, they're 4-1. So if the Leafs bring the same effort as Wednesday, it's going to get ugly. Really fucking ugly. And I hope that's not the case, because I really want these boys to win tonight, especially for Wade. You got to. Right? No bullshit effort tonight. Let's look at some stats here between the two teams. Canucks right there. I mean, they don't score as much as the Leafs, but they also don't give up as much as the Leafs apparently right now. Should be a good game. I think since Boudreaux's taken over, it looks like this would be more of an even matchup. Leafs obviously have the higher end talent, but I think Vancouver's got the goaltending and enough guys to score that they can. I wouldn't call it an upset if Vancouver beats Toronto, right? I wouldn't do that. But this is their matchup. Everything looks good on paper. Here's a leaderboard for both teams. So we got JT Miller, who everybody's dying to get on the Leafs right now. But I don't think the Leafs... I mean, you know what? This guy is probably the one I would have gave that first rounder for last year instead of Nick Foligno. To be perfectly honest with you. If you're going to go in, this was the guy you should have probably targeted last year and given a nice package to the Canucks for. And you would have had, a couple years with him? I think he's got another year left, right? That would have been a good choice to go after right there. He's got 21 goals in the year. Matthews got 37. He's got 61 points. Matthews got 68. Quinn Hughes leads the defense there with 25 minutes on the ice per game. And moves 24 minutes there. Like I said earlier, it's Jack Campbell's night versus Thatcher Demko. Good goalie matchup. Hopefully it works in the Leafs' favor tonight, though. So as you can see, the stats are between Miller. These are the two hottest players right now coming to tonight's game. You can see he's been on fire lately. Obviously, so has Mitch. We all know that. But yeah, Miller's been great for the Canucks. Last 5 games, he's got 3 goals, 10 points, 7 assists. He's +5. He's leading the charge for the Canucks the last 5 games. And Mitch just does Mitch things. We don't even need to talk about it. We know what Mitch does. So here's standings right now, and here's why it's so important for the Leafs to win tonight. They can't afford to fall further back of Tampa or Florida. At least get that second spot. You really got to work on that second spot because Florida's not that great at home. They're 12-7-5 on the road. So if the Leafs can get the home ice advantage there, that might be just what they need to get to the second round. Maybe. I think these two teams are fairly even. Florida's got high offense. Leafs got some good offense. Defensively, they're both not that great. Goaltending wise, about average goaltending for both teams. I mean, either one of these teams could beat each other. So I think that's probably the perfect matchup. Florida's not a strong defensive team, and that's probably what the Leafs need to face. But offensively, they will torch you. These two teams still haven't faced each other yet, which is another game I'm definitely looking forward to. I can't wait to see that game because I really want to see how they match up. But yeah, so that's it for me for tonight or this afternoon. I'll see you guys after the game. Make sure to like and subscribe, follow, check me out on the Twitter, follow there too. Let's talk. Let me know how you feel about tonight's game. Give me your thoughts on the Canucks. Give me your thoughts on some potential Leafs trades. Anyways, hit me up. Guy on the Couch Sports. Peace. I'm out.